From creatures that don't belong here to creepy mutations that defy logic, these discoveries are truly mind-boggling. And American farmers recently found themselves at the center of such unsettling moments.
Look, why is he peeking like that?
What they saw on the land? Well, you need to see it to believe it. A massive snake, but something about it wasn't right. Emerging from its smooth, scaled body, a leg, not just any leg, but one resembling a chicken's claw. In another case, a serpent with 4 legs was caught on camera in Laos. Experts call it a genetic anomaly, but some believe it's something else. Evolution, mutation, or a species yet to be classified. You decide. The Rat King.
Почему я именно решил снять видео?
In this Russian farm, something disturbing was found by a farmer. A writhing mass of rats, their tails fused together in a tangled, unbreakable knot. This rare phenomenon, known as a rat king, has long been considered a bad omen. In medieval times, it was seen as a sign of plague, a warning that something unnatural was at work. While scientists claim it happens due to sticky substances or fur entanglement, legends whisper of something darker. An ancient force binding them together. Preserved specimens exist in museums, but modern sightings are incredibly rare. So when one appears, people can't help but wonder, is it just a bizarre accident of nature, or does it mean something more sinister is coming? Snakes snared.
This is what happens to snakes when they mess with my snake barrier.
In a remote farm, where snakes slither through fields unnoticed, one man has cracked the code to keeping them at bay. Using a clever snake barrier system, he's managed to stop these silent intruders in their tracks. The moment a snake gets caught, its mobility is reduced to almost nothing, coiled, tangled, and unable to escape. In places where venomous snakes pose a serious threat, this method is a game changer. Some say it's just smart engineering. Others believe it's a modern take on ancient traps once used to control serpents in the wild. Either way, it's clear. These farm invaders have finally met their match.
Bet he could if I got my hand in there close enough.
The human-faced calf.
Es un ternerito que nació igual que un humano.
In the quiet village of Villa Ana, Argentina, farmers were startled by the birth of a calf with unusually human-like features. With a small nose and distinct facial structure, it quickly became the talk of the town. Experts believe this was caused by a rare genetic mutation, a natural occurrence where DNA sequencing takes an unexpected turn. While such cases are rare, they remind us of nature's unpredictability. The calf became a subject of curiosity and discussion, with some linking it to environmental factors and others seeing it as a strange wonder of genetics. A rare sight indeed, adding yet another mystery to the world of unusual animal phenomena. 8-legged wonder. In a Croatian farm, something unbelievable happened. An 8-legged goat was born. Farmer Zoran Paparic was stunned, calling his neighbor just to make sure he wasn't imagining things. The tiny creature, nicknamed Octogoat, wasn't just unusual because of its legs. It had both male and female traits, making it even more of a mystery. Experts believe it's the result of an underdeveloped twin, but some locals whispered about strange energies surrounding the farm. Could this be nature's rare mistake, or something more? While vets doubt its chances of survival, Paparic hopes his little miracle defies the odds. Winged cats. Across the world, strange cats with what look like wings have been appearing. At first, people thought it was fake, until vets confirmed these so-called wings are real. Some believe it's a rare skin condition called cutaneous asthenia, which makes the skin loose and stretchy. Others think it's linked to poor grooming or genetic mutations. But here's where it gets weird. Reports of these cats go back centuries. Could something else be at play? Radiation exposure, evolution, or even something beyond science? Whatever the case, these winged felines are here, and they're defying everything we thought we knew about nature.
Yep. There's the cat with wings.
Extra-limbed cow. In this livestock farm, a cow grazes peacefully, looking just like any other, until you spot the extra pair of legs dangling from its side. A rare sight, but not unheard of. Experts believe this is a case of an underdeveloped twin that never fully separated. Despite its unusual appearance, the cow seems perfectly fine, happily munching away as if nothing is out of the ordinary. These cases pop up every now and then, often leaving farmers stunned. Some say it's nature's glitch, others call it a mutation. Either way, it's just another strange wonder of the animal kingdom, proving that nature doesn't always follow the rule book. Monkey-faced piglet. Born in a small village in China's Guizhou province, this piglet has left everyone stunned. Unlike its siblings, its face has an odd, almost monkey-like appearance. Bulging eyes, thin black fur, and a tiny snout with just 2 holes. Its mouth is shaped in a way that makes suckling impossible, so the owner feeds it by hand. Since its birth, curious visitors have flocked to see the strange little creature. Some believe it's a genetic mutation, while others whisper about something more unusual. Whatever the cause, one thing is certain. This piglet is not just different, it's a mystery wrapped in pink skin and fur. Two-headed wonder. In Brandon, Mississippi, a tiny turtle hatched and immediately became the center of attention. Unlike its siblings, this one had 2 heads, each moving independently, as if 2 minds were sharing a single body. Reptile caretaker Blake Chenault, who witnessed the unusual birth, named the duo Chop and Sticks. Experts say this is likely the result of an embryo that didn't fully split. Essentially, twins fused together. Despite its odd appearance, the turtle seemed healthy, paddling around like any other hatchling. But rare creatures like this always raise questions. Just how often do nature's little mistakes slip through? And what else is out there? Hyena-man mystery. Late one night in South Africa, a farmer stepped outside after hearing strange noises near his land. What he found left him frozen in shock. A creature sprawled on the ground, struggling to breathe. Its head was that of a wild hyena, complete with sharp teeth and piercing eyes. But its legs, human-like, and its claws were massive, far too large for any normal animal. Panicked, the farmer called for help. Paramedics arrived to find the creature gasping for air. Some say it was a rare genetic mutation. Others whisper of ancient curses. Whatever it was, one thing was certain. It wasn't supposed to exist. Tall carcass.
Paranormal at its best, folks. There's an alien creature.
A strange discovery on a Gulf Island beach has left everyone uneasy. A group of friends, just out for a casual stroll, stumbled upon something leaning against a stone wall, something that didn't belong. It was tall, with features too bizarre to be anything from this world. One of them prodded it with a wooden log. No movement, no response. Was it perished, or was it never alive to begin with? The creature's eerie resemblance to the predator from the 1987 sci-fi film made things even more unsettling. With no answers in sight, they left it behind, hoping someone else would figure out what it was.
Oh, I think it would look, yeah, it's heavy, watch it.
Mystery creature.
A mystery in her own backyard. A woman finds a creature but has no idea what this thing is.
A couple of years ago in Titusville, Florida, a woman walked into her backyard and froze. Lying there was something that didn't belong. Its dark, hollowed-out skin made it look like a rotting carcass, and the foul stench in the air only added to the horror. It had a long tail, massive jaws, and an unnatural presence that sent chills down her spine. Desperate for answers, she posted it online, igniting a wave of speculation. Some swore it was an alien, while a wildlife expert shrugged it off as a decayed possum. But even with all the guesses, no one could say for sure what it really was. If you have any guesses, tell me in the comments below.
The smell of this creature is so pungent, she says she's had to avoid the area, and she tells us she has no plans to remove it herself.
Vanishing Reddit mystery. A bizarre photo recently surfaced on Reddit showing a creature with a giant head and tentacle-like limbs. Something between a cryptid and an alien. The uploader claimed to have found it in their garden, sparking wild speculation. Some dismissed it as a mandrake root, referencing its eerie, human-like form seen in folklore and even pop culture series.
You grasp your mandrake firmly, pull it sharply out of the box.
But doubts grew. With no video or solid proof, many suspected AI manipulation. Then, things took a strange turn. The Reddit user mysteriously deleted the post and their entire account. No explanation, no trace left behind. That only fueled the mystery even more. Tiny Guardian.
Spot. This the spot. Nah, come back out.
While wandering through the trees, a man unknowingly captured something eerie on camera. In the hollow of a tree trunk, a tiny humanoid figure peeked out. As he zoomed in, the creature locked eyes with him. Then, in a blink, it vanished back inside. When the footage surfaced online, theories ran wild. Many pointed to the Native American legends of the Nemerigar, a race of small, fierce beings said to inhabit remote forests. If the stories are true, encountering one is anything but lucky. Was this just a trick of the light? Or did the man stumble upon something ancient? The woods might be hiding more than we think.
Look, why they be peeking like that?
Giant python. In a quiet Indian village, a massive reticulated python slithered into a farmer's cattle shed hunting for a meal. By the time it was discovered, the act was done. Its belly was swollen, proof that it had already devoured a cow. Not wanting to risk more losses, the farmer did something bold. Using nothing but a rope, he tied the giant snake to a pillar, keeping it from escaping. The beast struggled, writhing in frustration, but the farmer's grip held strong. A terrifying sight, yet an incredible moment of human bravery. Three-horned wonder. In a quiet Ugandan village, a cow unlike any other left the entire town in shock. It wasn't just the size of its horns. It had three. Two stretched out like usual, but the third, right in the middle of its head, made it look almost mythical. Some called it a blessing, others a sign of something greater. Was this nature's rare artistry or something else entirely? Either way, this three-horned wonder became the pride of the land, drawing curious eyes from all around. Crawling vampire. A chilling video has been making rounds online, showing a strange creature struggling to walk with an eerie, stumbling motion. At first glance, it looks like something straight out of a horror movie, pale, hunched, and creeping along the ground. Some even swore it was a vampire caught in the act, but here's where it gets interesting. This unsettling figure isn't supernatural at all. It's actually a vampire bat, a rare species known for crawling when on land. The footage was captured at the North Carolina Zoo, yet its eerie movements continue to fuel speculation. Sometimes, nature is just as creepy as any urban legend. Chupacabra in Kentucky. Forest rangers in Lebanon Junction, Kentucky were called in after reports of a strange, hairless creature lurking near the woods. Locals swore it was the legendary chupacabra, the terrifying beast of folklore. With its oversized ears, long legs, and an eerie, almost sickly appearance, the creature looked like something straight out of a horror movie. When it was finally taken down, people gathered, expecting proof of the myth. But as experts examined the body, the truth turned out to be far less supernatural. The terrifying creature? Just a raccoon, one suffering from a severe case of mange. Despite the explanation, many still believe something unnatural was out there that night. After all, how often does a raccoon look like that?
This is an animal that's native to our area, most likely, that is suffering from some type of disease.
Human-faced pig. In a small village in Guatemala, a bizarre creature was born, a pig with an unsettlingly human-like face. Out of a litter of 11, one stood out, leaving locals in shock. Some called it a freak of nature, while others whispered about something more sinister. Was it just a rare mutation, or had science gone too far? Conspiracy theories spread fast. Some believe genetic experiments are happening in secret, altering animals in ways we can't imagine. If this pig was engineered, then why? And for what purpose? As villagers fed the strange newborn, it became clear that it wouldn't survive long. But even if this one fades away, the bigger question remains: how many more are out there? Chernobyl mutant frog. Deep in the abandoned ruins of Chernobyl, an explorer stumbled upon something that didn't belong in nature. A frog, if you could even call it that. Its mouth was split open in an unnatural way, almost like it had too many jaws. The creature sat motionless, as if aware it shouldn't exist. Radiation has warped wildlife in this region for decades, creating creatures that defy logic. Some mutations are subtle, but others, like this one, look straight out of a nightmare. Scientists claim these abnormalities are just side effects of prolonged exposure, but locals whisper about experiments gone wrong. Either way, something is changing in the exclusion zone, and this frog is proof that nature is still adapting, or maybe mutating. Two-headed calf. In a quiet farm, hidden from the world, a rare sight stunned those who witnessed it. A calf with two heads, each facing opposite directions, but sharing one body. It moved clumsily, as if confused by its own existence. Farmers whispered that it was a sign, a glitch in nature's design. Experts called it a genetic mutation, something that happens once in millions. Kept under strict care, the calf's survival was uncertain. Cases like these rarely last long, but this one seemed strong, defying the odds. Some believe nature makes mistakes, others say it knows exactly what it's doing. Either way, this creature was never meant to exist, yet here it was. Silent harvest. Something strange has been happening on ranches across America. Cattle found motionless, their forms emptied of vital fluids. No signs of struggle, no tracks in the dirt, just precise, almost surgical marks. Ranchers report strange lights in the sky, unmarked helicopters hovering nearby, and a silence that feels unnatural. Some say it's the work of secret experiments. Others whisper about extraterrestrial visitors collecting genetic samples. Authorities dismiss it as an act of a predator, but seasoned farmers know better. Animals don't do this. And if not them, then who or what is behind this decades-long mystery? The answers remain locked away in the dark. The unusual calf. On a quiet farm miles from the nearest town, a birth took place that left everyone speechless. A calf entered the world, but with two heads. The farmer, stunned, called the local vet, expecting the worst. But aside from its unusual appearance, the calf seemed fine. It breathed, moved, and even tried to stand. The vet examined it closely, noting that both heads appeared aware, their eyes blinking in sync. Locals whispered about strange happenings in the area. Mutations, odd lights in the sky, and water tasting different. Coincidence? Maybe. But something about this birth didn't feel natural. Mystery on the shore. After a fierce storm on the coast of Crete, something strange washed up on the beach near Gorns. A bizarre, hairless creature lay among the storm debris, four-legged, swollen, and unlike anything locals had seen before. Was it a mutated sea animal? A prehistoric beast? Speculation ran wild, with guesses ranging from a deformed pig to an unknown deep-sea predator. Some were fascinated, others unsettled. Experts suggested it might be a bloated badger, its fur lost from time in the water. But without tests, the mystery remains. Just what exactly did the storm bring in from the depths? Shadowy creature. In a quiet Indonesian village, a group of farmers rushed out late at night after hearing desperate goat bleats. What they found sent shivers down their spines. A dark, shadowy figure latched onto the goat's neck, motionless but unmistakably feeding. It clung to the animal like a leech, ignoring the farmers' frantic attempts to scare it away. Armed with sticks, they struck at the creature until it finally released its grip, slithering away into a nearby pond. But when they checked the goat, there were no bite marks, just 2 deep punctures, as if something had drained it. Was it an unknown predator, or something far worse? Simba the goat. In Pakistan, a baby goat named Simba has captured global attention. Not for its size, but for its ears. At birth, they were already an impressive 19 inches long, and within weeks, they stretched to 22 inches, growing at an almost unnatural rate. His owner, believing Simba could break world records, has taken extreme measures to protect him. A custom-made cage, mosquito nets, and round-the-clock caretakers ensure his safety. But the real mystery? His ears show no signs of stopping. Some whisper it's a genetic anomaly. Others wonder if something more unusual is at play. Whatever the case, Simba is no ordinary goat. Human-faced goat. In a quiet Indian village, a goat was born, one that shouldn't exist. Its face, eerily human-like, has left locals unsettled. The delicate nose, the odd pout of its lips. It looks less like an animal and more like something caught between 2 worlds. Footage of the goat spread like wildfire, and with it, the whispers. Some believe it's a mutation, a simple trick of genetics. Others say it's something else, an omen, a warning, maybe even the result of something unnatural. The villagers watch it cautiously, unsure whether to embrace it or fear what it might mean. Horned creature. In Indonesia, a man was tending to his backyard when he spotted something strange crawling across the ground. A brown worm, moving slowly. But what caught his eye was the horn-like structure on its head, covered in tiny nubs. Even stranger, the nubs seemed to extend over its mouth, giving it an eerie, almost alien look. People online debated what it could be. A caterpillar? A mutant? Or something entirely new? The mystery had people hooked, until someone pointed out the obvious. It was a hornworm. Known for its signature horn, this little creature feeds on plants before eventually transforming into a moth. Mystery solved, but still a weird-looking thing. Strange cornfield visitor. A farmer in the northern US kept noticing disturbances in his cornfield. Determined to get to the bottom of it, he grabbed a flashlight and a camera and headed out at night. As he moved through the tall stalks, he spotted something lurking behind them. The figure was short, with stretched-out eyes, standing eerily still. Then, it moved. In a blink, it vanished into the darkness, as if it had never been there. The farmer swore he wasn't alone. He felt like more were watching. But whether it was an extraterrestrial encounter, or just an elaborate prank, no one ever figured out the truth. 3-headed frog. In 2004, something unbelievable was found in the United Kingdom. A frog with 3 heads and 6 legs. At first glance, it looked like 3 frogs huddled together. But no, this was one single creature. Scientists were baffled. How did it eat? Did all 3 heads have separate thoughts, or did they work as one? No one really knew. Some believed it was a genetic mutation caused by pollution, while others thought it was just nature playing one of its strange tricks. Whatever the reason, this bizarre amphibian was a true mystery. 3 heads, 1 body, and a whole lot of questions. Loop-horned cow. One day, while walking through his field, a farmer spotted something unusual. A cow with a single massive horn curling into a perfect loop. It was unlike anything he had ever seen. Was this some kind of ancient mythical beast? Probably not, but it sure looked the part. Experts believe such deformities can happen due to genetics or injuries during horn growth. Either way, this cow was completely unbothered, munching away like any other. Terrifying Dogman sighting. A camper in Indonesia stumbled upon something chilling in late at night. Strange noises echoed outside his tent, so he grabbed his camera and stepped out. What he found was beyond bizarre. A massive creature lying on the ground, its black body barely moving, but its face, it looked disturbingly like a dog. As he inched closer, the thing suddenly lunged, forcing him to flee. The footage spread like wildfire online. Some dismissed it as a giant bat, but others insisted this was the clearest evidence of the Dogman ever recorded. The uploader refused to comment, only adding to the mystery. Shadow stalker. One eerie night in Mexico, a farmer heard something unsettling outside his window. Grabbing his camera, he stepped out, only to find a massive dark figure sitting motionless in the middle of his field, watching him. As he filmed, the creature suddenly moved. Step by step, it crept toward him. Then, without warning, it lunged, reaching out as if to grab him. In sheer terror, he bolted back toward his house. The footage cuts off abruptly, leaving everyone wondering, did he make it back? The video disappeared soon after, fueling whispers of something lurking in the fields, waiting for its next visitor. Glowing figure. Deep in a Brazilian field, near the edge of a dense forest, a strange humanoid figure was spotted. It wasn't just its shape that unsettled people. It was glowing, pulsing with an eerie, bright yellow light. Witnesses stood frozen, watching as the figure remained motionless, almost as if studying them. Some believe it came from a hidden base deep within the jungle, quietly observing humanity, and just as suddenly as it appeared, it was gone. If it truly came from the woods, who's to say it won't return? Unicorn bull. In a quiet Indian village, a farmer welcomed the most unusual bull his farm had ever seen. A single-horned wonder standing proudly among the herd. With its lone horn perfectly centered on its head, it looked like something out of myth. A real-life unicorn. Locals gathered, whispering about omens and ancient legends. Was this a rare genetic twist, or something more mystical? Either way, the bull carried itself with a strange elegance, as if it knew it was special. Featherless wonder. Imagine a chicken, but someone forgot to add feathers to its neck. Sounds like a farmyard glitch, right? Well, meet the naked-necked chicken, a breed that naturally lacks feathers on its neck and vent. But it's not just some fancy showbird. This odd-looking chicken is actually a hard-working, dual-purpose breed known for laying light brown eggs and producing high-quality meat with way less plucking required. It's common in Europe today, and some believe selective breeding played a role in its unique look. Was this the work of expert breeders? Or secret neck lovers? Either way, these chickens are living proof that nature has a weird sense of humor. One-eyed goat. Back in May 2017, a calf was born in an Indian village. And it wasn't just any ordinary birth. This little one had a single oversized eye in the middle of its face. One ear and no nose. The villagers were spooked, whispering about curses and omens. But science had a simpler answer. Cyclopia, a rare condition caused by genetic mutations. A similar case happened in Thailand, where a baby goat with the same condition shocked farmers. Unlike the calf, this one seemed to be doing fine, for now. These cases are rare, but when they happen, they always leave people questioning the mysteries of nature. Blackened sky. In a quiet Russian town, the sky darkened. Not from a storm, but from a massive swarm of locusts. They moved like a living cloud, covering fields, streets, and homes. Locals tried everything to stop them, but the swarm was relentless. Some believed it was just nature running its course, while others whispered about ancient omens. Whatever the reason, the invasion left behind a haunting sight, devoured crops, an eerie silence, and a sky that, for a moment, looked like the end of days. Backyard alien? Imagine stepping into your backyard and spotting something that doesn't belong, something small, eyeless, and moving frantically. That's exactly what happened to a man in Texas when he caught a bizarre creature scurrying around, seemingly searching for something. It had no visible eyes, no clear facial features, and definitely wasn't a rat, though it was about the same size. So he posted the clip online, sparking wild speculation. But the truth, this odd little being was likely a lesser blind mole rat, a creature adapted for life underground. Its tiny, hidden eyes make it look otherworldly, but no need to panic. It's just nature being weird again. Tree octopus. A bizarre piece of footage has recently surfaced, showing something that shouldn't exist: an octopus living in a tree. According to claims, this elusive creature is the Pacific Northwest tree octopus, a supposed species that has never been officially documented. Even stranger, the person behind the footage managed to capture it hatching from an egg, something no one has ever seen before. With its wriggling tentacles gripping the bark, the creature moved as if perfectly adapted to a life above ground. While skeptics call it a hoax, others aren't so sure. Could this be evidence of a real undiscovered species? You decide. Real-life Pokemon? Something strange was spotted near some fields in America, a creature that looked suspiciously like Pikachu. A man casually filming the area caught the bizarre animal on camera, and when the footage hit the internet, chaos followed. People couldn't decide if it was real, edited, or some undiscovered species. While some dismissed it as a misidentified animal, others pointed out details that didn't match any known creature. Its unusual fur pattern and oddly shaped tail only fueled the mystery. Was this a genetic mutation, a rare species, or just nature playing tricks on us? Whatever it was, it had Pokemon fans buzzing with excitement. Let us move on to our subscriber pick of the day. Deep in an uncharted part of the world, explorers stumbled upon something beyond belief. A hidden island with creatures unlike anything ever recorded. At first, they seemed like small monkeys, but their oversized eyes and strangely human-like faces told a different story. Some believe they could be the result of ancient mutations, while others suspect something even more mysterious. The island has remained untouched for centuries, raising the question: what else could be hiding in its dense, untraveled jungles?